Good morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it may be where you are. I'm Mom, and welcome back to Delta Recruits, the continuing adventures of Lieutenant Commander Damo Tully. We're going to be playing the mission Taris today, but we're also going to do some other stuff that we haven't picked up on yet. So first things first, we've already done the ground accolade here at the Starfleet Academy, but there's a couple other things you can do. So let's go ahead, and we're going to come on over here into what I believe is called Building 5, because, you know, clever names. And there's a mission you can come over and pick up from Commander Viala. Actually, two missions. One is Alpha Quadrant from 2380, History 101, and the other one is the midterm. So right over here is a little computer where you can pick up a chip. We'll get back to what you're going to do with that. And over here is where you test your knowledge. Now, do I cheat and always have this pulled up? Darn straight I do. I have a site that I like, which is the path to 2409, and I'll add that to the information at the end of this. You get a question, and you need to answer the question correctly, otherwise there's a 20-hour cooldown before you can attempt to answer it again. Answer it correctly and you get 480 dilithium. It's cheap, easy dilithium. So the question is, which organization did 7 of 9 join? The Daystrom Institute, the Sung Foundation, or the think tank? Now, we all know that she joined the Fenris Raiders, but that's a different story. So this is Volume 6, Chapter 4, and the correct answer is the Daystrom Institute. If you didn't know it, I didn't. That's why I go and look. There is a tendency to ask the same questions repeatedly, so you'll find that certain questions come up all the time. And for answering that correctly, we got 480 dilithium. And we're going to go ahead and refine that. This is a free-to-play account, so my dilithium does not refine by itself daily. I have to go in and remember to do it, and I don't always remember. So remember that little chip we picked up. This is one of the accolades that's in the game. Every time you get one of these, it takes it off the list. The list is enormous, just so you know that. These are the lore accolades. So there are 29 chapters, varying on average from 4 to 10 chapters within it. And then there's also the a similar one on New Romulus, but we haven't gotten there yet. So we're going to go ahead and use that one, and it'll take it off the list there. Or in this case, it'll add a new chapter to it. Because they're kind of difficult to get all of them, I actually have all of my tunes do this once a day, and they all go to one player, or to one tune. And once, if she has already got it, then it goes down the line. So it goes to Kethma. She's my oldest one. Then it goes, interestingly, to Kumquat, and then to Pinky or to Petty Cash, one of those two, going down the line. Once we get all the way down with Kethma, then we will take our next oldest one, which would be Kethla, my Klingon, and we'll go down the list for her. But that's quick, easy dilithium. Not everybody wants to do it. The rarer chips, by the way, go for a ton. So that's definitely something you may want to consider doing. If you get some of the more unusual ones, they go for 20 million because they're hard to get. Do it every day. The odds are still there. But now I've got 40 tunes doing it once a day. The odds are I'm going to pick some of those up at one point. Next thing we're going to do is, because we now have traits, works better if I click the right button. Master Duty Officers. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Traits and skills. We now have 10 space points and 2 ground points. So I'm going to start working on a build for a general tactical build. Everybody's got their own preferences. There's no right or wrong answer. There's what you like. And for my tacticals, actually I kind of like this setup for most of mine. There's a lot of builds out there. Take the ones you like the best. See, home. Can you play without these? Yes, yes you can. What do we want to go to next? Targeting or defensive? I'm going to go to defensive on this one, and that's all of my space points. Now I'm going to go over to ground. Ground, we've got weapon proficiency, endurance training, personal shields expert, and kit performance expert. If we're just starting off, I tend to go weapons proficiency and weapons criticals. Let's jump back to space for a moment since I didn't talk about these. Hull restoration, hull capacity, improved hull capacity, advanced hull capacity, so you can see how they just build on the same thing. Energy weapon training, improved energy weapon training, advanced energy weapon training, obviously I like energy weapons, and projectile weapons, improved projectiles and advanced projectiles. So obviously I'm looking at being more offensive build. And defensive maneuvering, just because I've got so much in tactical, I don't have a lot on defense. Next, and definitely not last, let's make sure that our ground build is up to snuff. Now you'll notice I've got some new equipment here. That's because in my Tesseract, we had completed level 10, and there is a prize package with that, which is what all this is from. And did we do anything else? That's where we've gotten so far. So we're going to switch out a lot of this right here, if they will let me use it. Yes, they will. Okay, and we'll take that advanced weapon there. And we'll see if anybody else needs stuff. We can bump Alyssa up a little bit. Goles. We will give Zarva... Oops, wrong one. Sorry, my bad. Improved shields. And we'll give Lisa some improved armor. And anything else here new that we want to switch out? Not really at the moment. Is it a fabulous build? No, not at all. Could we do better? Sure, of course we can. Let's see. Let's replace our impulse engines, though. That's a little bit better. And while we're here, let's get rid of the junk. By the way, you can't accidentally toss out your Tesseract. That is bound to you, and even if you want to get rid of it, you can't. Things like the Azura command codes, I don't think you can pitch them by accident. Same with your data recorder. Those are always with you. Let's give that an option. Oh, you can discard them. You don't want to discard them. Just save them, you know. Put them in protected status. That way you won't accidentally get rid of them. Do I need anything in the bank? Yep. There are vendors that give a higher amount of return. Some give 40%, 30%. The bartender should give you 50% back. So the value of this is $250. If I want to sell it back to the bartender, I want to make sure I'm getting at least 50%, which is 125. So yes, this is where I want to go when I sell things. Alright, my junk is gone. It's a little bit cleaner now. Yay! So we've got our ship up to speed. We have got our skills tree up to speed. So I'm happy with both of those. Now, in this mission in Taris, we have got two things we want to think about. One is the accolade, which is Destruction Detective, which is to discover the cause of the Romulan supernova. And we also happen to have one of the Iconian technology pieces that we need to pick up. So hopefully we will find that. And there we go. Let's go ahead and launch for this one.
On a forgotten world, a shadow of great evil lurks, waiting. The truth behind the destruction of the Romulus system may be the harbinger of the greatest threat the Federation has ever faced.
Sir, we have arrived in the Hobus system. We are being hailed by the RRW Lisette.
It is a pleasure to be working with you. I heard about how you got your first command. Well done. Not every officer could have stood up to the Borg like you did.
The pleasure is mine, Commander.
Agents working for the Romulan Republic have recovered definite proof that Taris, or persons working for Taris, were responsible for the Hobus supernova that destroyed the homeworld. Our agent spoke to Taris. She claimed that she was deceived by Hakiv. But that does not excuse her culpability in the destruction of 2 inhabited worlds and the deaths of millions. Our agent tells us that Taris believes her Iconian masters can change the past and restore Romulus. So not only is she a killer, she's insane.
What do you suggest we do about her?
Taris cannot be allowed to commit even greater crimes in an attempt to fix her mistake. My intelligence officer, Lieutenant Gaius Salon, has intercepted communications that may allow us to locate Taris and finally bring her to justice. I'll let him explain in greater detail.
Very well.
Greetings. I am Lieutenant Gaius Salon of the Romulan Republic. There are certain pleasantries that are customary in these circumstances. However, I'm choosing to skip those. We have much to do. Recently, the Republic intercepted a transmission from a group of Remans in the Hobus system. These Remans have remained loyal to Taris, the former praetor of the Romulan Star Empire, who was deposed by Sela. While the transmission was not unusual, its origin point was. The Hobus system is under strict quarantine. However, a previous team uncovered a mining facility at one of the planetary fragments. We believe that the Reman loyalists may have returned to this facility to continue their efforts.
Why is it under quarantine?
The Hobus system is the origin point of the supernova and subsequent subspace explosion, which destroyed Romulus and Remus. It is still, as you say, a hot zone. The Remans loyal to Taris are using the quarantine as a cover to resume their operations in the system. The transmission we intercepted was addressed to Commander Aran, a Reman who is the captain of Taris' personal guard. He must be the liaison to the forces in the Hobus system.
What do you suggest?
The direct approach. If we confront the forces in the Hobus system, who are in violation of both Federation and Romulan Republic mandates by their very presence there, they will send a call for assistance to Commander Aranhu. Once he arrives, we simply follow him. It is likely that he will lead us back to Taris.
A sound plan.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've just received emergency orders from Republic Command and must respond. Gaius can transport to your ship and help you complete the mission. We'll return as soon as we can.
That will be acceptable, Commander.
I am detecting some very rare minerals in the system, as well as the presence of protomatter. It is possible that Taris used the materials here to construct her weapon.
All right. Let's interrupt the game for just a moment here. You'll notice part of my loadout didn't. This is a problem that's currently going on in the game. So I noticed that my ship wasn't moving. If you have that issue, just take a moment and check it. Hopefully by the time you watch this, that'll be fixed. The planetoid's core contains trace signs of protomatter, sir. We should get a sample. Scanners are also picking up some odd readings from some of the icy asteroids near the core. Recommend we investigate them as well. Prepare to collect a sample. Confirmed, sir. These fragments are decalithium. If we can locate a supply of techicite, that means Taris could have had all the ingredients she needed to build the device right in the system. It is still circumstantial evidence, unless we can tie it to her directly somehow. Collecting a sample would be crucial. I recommend that we scan for techicite deposits. Retrieve a sample and set course for the next planetary fragment. Captain, Riemann ship's decloaking. And I'm going to take another quick pause here. There's a kill accolade for Riemann ships. There are not a lot of Riemann ships in the game, so if you are determined to get this kill accolade for the 100 or 200 that's available, this is one of the few missions you're going to get it. Sir, I am detecting high levels of techicite in the planetary fragment. Techicite was one of the substances Starfleet believes was used in the creation of the weapon that triggered the Hobus supernova.
As I suspected, the materials are all here. Our agent located Taris on planetary fragment Gamma. We should continue our search there.
Scanners are detecting some kind of shield covering a large crater on the surface of planetary fragment Gamma, Captain. This system is supposed to be under quarantine, but clearly there is some activity. We should get a scan of the shield. Sir, our scan has triggered automated defense systems, and a Riemann ship is decloaking. They are hailing us.
Your presence here is a violation of the quarantines established by at least 3 sovereign governments. Explain your purpose.
We're here investigating your unauthorized presence in the system. What's your excuse?
I serve the Romulan Star Empire and its true leader, Taris. That is the only authorization I require.
That is most unfortunate. Sir, if we can disable the Sithish, it's possible we may be able to lure Arnhu to investigate. My thoughts exactly.
minerals in the planetary fragment will conceal the ship's energy signature. If we hide in the asteroids near it and mask our energy signature, I predict that Aranhu will approach to investigate further and be unable to detect us.
What happened here? We were attacked by Starfleet saboteurs. They appear to have fled.
Interesting. This is exactly like scenario 2247E. I thought scenario 1849K would be a more likely option. I shall incorporate this data into my modeling projections. Nevertheless, we should now be able to follow Aranhu's trail. He should lead us right to Taris.
Let's hope so. Aranhu's ship has gone to warp, sir. Shall we follow? Let's follow Aranhu's ship. Sir, Commander Aranhu's trail led here to the Iconia system. This is another system that's off-limits to normal traffic, so any activity here is a cause for concern. Recommend we investigate. That large crater looks like a likely place to start. Set course for the crater. But first... I'm not detecting Aranhu's ship. Shouldn't it be in orbit someplace? He's most likely cloaked. The technology I use to track him is not localized enough to detect the ship. Only to follow a general trail. Sorry about that interruption. But yes, I do pick up mats. I strongly urge you to pick up your materials. And let's get back on the trail here. Scanning the crater. Sir, we're picking up a large shield protecting a structure of some type. The shield is using a modified cloaking device. If I hadn't been scanning for large amounts of tachyon particles, I would never have found it. Riemann ship's decloaking. They're hailing us.
Federation ship. I am Commander Jean-Claude of the Riemann starship Intraku. Your presence here could be considered an act of war. Leave immediately, or we will open fire.
We have no intention of leaving.
That is unfortunate, Starfleet. Our conflict is not with you. Commander Arahu has charged me with securing this installation at all costs. Praetor Taris must be allowed to complete her work. And you have already seen too much.
Red alert! Shields up! Excuse me, let me finish that for you. I took the liberty of accessing the Intraku's systems before it was destroyed. I managed to download the access codes for the planetary shield. I believe we should be able to use them to lower the shield and reach the surface. The codes that Lieutenant Ceylon procured have lowered the base's shields. That will allow us to transport an away team to the structure underneath the surface. Are you ready to beam down?
These are the coordinates for the underground structure we detected. Reading life signs, sir. Multiple remnants and one Romulan. Our quarry could be just ahead.
Let's hope so.
Starfleet! How did they find us?
They must have followed me, Praetor. I will deal with them.
No, I need your help at the gateway. Send your guards.
They appear to have been attempting to merge Iconian and Romulan technology, perhaps in an attempt to reactivate the gateway network. We should access that console and attempt to open the door.
Acknowledged. Accessing shipping logs. There are logs here of shipments to and from the base in the Hobus system, as well as schematics for several devices that are similar to recovered Iconian technology. According to the data, there are also stores of techosite, decalithium, and protomatter on this level. These stores have the same quantum signatures as the elements you recovered from the Hobus system. You quickly download the data into your tricorder. This could be invaluable if Taris is brought to trial. Accessing personal logs.
And I still find her Key's betrayal difficult to accept. He is Romulan. Treachery is his heritage, as it is mine. But to go to such lengths to destroy our world, it is too much to bear, even now. He told me the device would destroy Donatra, and I, like a fool, believed him. And now those pathetic refugees from the Republic have told the entire quadrant that I am responsible for the destruction of Romulus. They don't understand. We should be allies. We want the same thing. At least my people know the truth. Ranu is a rock. I find it strange that Remans are now my only companions. Perhaps they understand loyalty more than any of us. I rely on him to help me continue my work. The Iconians can restore all that is lost. I know it. I just need to make them see that I am worthy. The Dark Masters have responded to my pleas for assistance with dread silence. My only recourse is to harness their technology for myself. When I can step through the gateway and meet them as an equal, I am confident that they will turn back time and make everything as it was before. The base in the Hobus system is lost to me, but the quarantine holds. A Ranhu can use it as cover to collect the protomatter and bring it back to me. Sela is looking for me. So is the Republic. If only I could make them see. I am our people's last hope.
Unlocking the blast doors. By the way, it's Psi, then Omicron.
What? No! Traitors! In winning, you have doomed the Romulan people.
Taris, under the authority of Starfleet, you are under arrest for war crimes, committing an act of genocide and crimes against the galaxy.
They were not my crimes. I was betrayed by Hakeem. And now those crimes will never be undone. I hope you realize that in stopping me, you have doomed billions of Romulans to remain dead. Now you shall live with that guilt, as I have.
Even now you deny the truth of your role in the destruction of your people? You were blinded by your own lust for power, and you killed those people as surely as if you had pulled the trigger yourself. Iroquois, lock onto Taris and beam her directly to the brig.
Before we leave, may I suggest we look for evidence of the materials we discovered at Hobus? They will undoubtedly prove vital in Taris' trial. We should also overload the gateway and make certain it can never be used again.
Agreed. We should also come over here and get our Iconian technology.
Taris first encountered the Iconians in 2365, when her warbird responded to a Federation incursion into the Romulan neutral zone. Those ships were there because the USS Yamato had located this world, Iconia, which until then had been lost to history. The Yamato did not survive first contact with the Iconian probes. The USS Enterprise and Taris' ship did. Since then, she's been obsessed with the Iconians, first as a source of power, and later as a way to bring back her lost homeworld. Taris believes they can turn back time, but it was Iconian agents who gave Hakeem the device that triggered the Hobus supernova. Why would the Iconians restore what they destroyed?
This techosite contains energy signatures that correspond to the techosite deposits we scanned in the Hobus system, Captain. Techosite is an explosive compound Starfleet believes was present in the device that triggered the Hobus supernova. And if it's here, it could be connected. This decalithium appears to have come from the same source as the decalithium we discovered in the Hobus system. These links will be important evidence in Taris' trial. The evidence is stacking up, isn't it? Sir, this protomatter appears to have come from the Hobus system. Although there are several uses for protomatter, it is often used for explosive devices. It was also present in the debris from the device that triggered the Hobus supernova. Protomatter was used in the Genesis device. It's powerful but extremely dangerous. Sir, the gateway has been programmed to overload, and there's no way to stop it. We need to return to the Iroquois before that happens. Taris is in the brig, Captain, and all the evidence we found has been logged and secured. Now we just need to deliver it and her to a safe location. Set a course out of the system. Sir, that's the Laval, the ship of Sela herself. She is hailing us.
How nice to see you again. I feel like we are becoming old friends. I will admit that your previous attempts to thwart my plans have been irritating, but your actions today have more than made up for those petty annoyances. Taris still has her loyalists among my people. An open move against her would have been a distraction from my greater plans.
I don't work for you.
But you played the pawn perfectly. I could not have asked for a more obedient
brilliant tool. Now, if you will transport Taris to my ship, we can avoid any unpleasantness.
I could never be friends with a monster like you.
The Lisette informed us that you might need some assistance with the prisoner transport. Good thing we brought some backup.
Thanks, Captain Sean.
Taris is wanted by the Romulan Star Empire for high treason and war crimes against the Romulan people. The Empire is the legitimate government of the Romulan people, and I demand you turn this terrorist over for trial and punishment.
We have 3 responses. 1. You make an excellent point, but I'm afraid since we captured her, we must maintain custody. You are welcome to submit an extradition request to the Office of the Federation President. Option 2. Taris's actions did not just impact Romulus and Romulan worlds. Her alleged crimes were against the entire quadrant. You will be welcome to attend and even testify at her trial, or perhaps we could establish an interplanetary tribunal of those impacted by the Hobus supernova. But for now, she will remain in Starfleet custody. Option 3. Turn her over for a sham trial and a swift execution? Sorry, Sela, but the Federation has an ancient ideal we call due process.
You are a disappointment. Nevertheless, you did remove Taris from the game, and for that I am grateful. Consider your decisions more carefully the next time we meet. I can be a powerful ally, or I can be your worst enemy.
And again, 3 options. You're the epitome of generosity, Empress Sela. You're not the kind of ally I need. I had hoped our people could find peace. Perhaps that is not possible. I think we'll go with sarcasm.
Prisoner transfer successful. Taris is safely secured in the brig. We can take it from here. One more thing. We're detecting some unusual energy residue from the surface. Our databases identify it as Iconian.
Yes, there was an Iconian gateway on the surface. A group of Remans used it to escape.
Do you have any idea where they went?
We only caught a glimpse, but it looked like some kind of Romulan station. Commander, the Lisette is decloaking. They are hailing us.
Looks like we missed all the excitement, but I have been monitoring your progress. On behalf of the Romulan Republic, I would like to thank you and your crew for your assistance. I am confident that the Federation will provide more than adequate security for Taris until her trial can be arranged. You can transport Gaius back to the Lisette as soon as you are ready.
A pleasure, Commander. Transporter room, you are cleared to send Lieutenant Ceylon back to the Lisette. We have completed our tasks here, sir. Are you ready to set a new course? And departing the system. And reporting to Starfleet.
We have much to consider. If the destruction of the Romulan homeworld was a deliberate act, not only was it mass murder, but that one event has been a major cause of the destabilization of the quadrant over the past 40 years, not to mention the light that it casts on the internal struggles of the Romulan people. This one horrible act set off a chain of reactions that could change the galaxy forever. We must know who did this and why. The interrogation of Taris will no doubt lead to many truths. But I am troubled by these Remans. Why did they turn on Taris? And where did they go?
Alright, we received XP, expertise, an injector assembly, some dilithium, and a bunch of different shields. So let's see what our shields will do. 1809 max capacity with 10% bleed through. 245 regeneration every 6 seconds. Regenerative have a 2713 max shield capacity with a 10% bleed through and 226.1 shield regeneration every 6 seconds. Resilient shields are 3150.7 max shield capacity with 5% absorption and 5% bleed through, but lower shield regeneration rates, 157 every 6 seconds. And shield array, which is a capacity of 3,316.5 with a 10% bleed through and 165 shield regen every 6 seconds. I think we're going to try the Resilient. I don't think I've ever played with that.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Alright, Alright, the next mission is the Vault. The Vault's an interesting one, and we're going to do it a different day. It's our first chance to play with shuttles. Not my favorite.
The Romulans had a base, known as the Vault, that they used for research into Borg technology. This facility was abandoned in the chaos after the destruction of the Romulan homeworld, but intelligence suggests that the work there was far enough along that it was used to retrofit Nero's ship before it disappeared, along with Ambassador Spock's vessel in the Hobus system. Long-range sensors have detected energy spikes in the Halcona system, and Starfleet intelligence believes that someone is bringing the Vault back online. We need to know who, and more importantly, we need to know if there is still Borg technology or restricted weaponry on that base. I need you to proceed immediately to the Halcona system and investigate the Vault. Engage if you must, but I would prefer if you could gather the information we need without conflict.
So the instruction is, speak with DeSoto for additional information. Then, go to the shipyard, board a shuttlecraft, and fly to the Halcona system in the Beta Quadrant and infiltrate the Vault. You must use a shuttlecraft or fighter for this mission, such as a Type 8 shuttle, a runabout, or a Delta flyer.
I have
Accept
new
that mission.
missions for you.
And we will get to that one the next time. For that, though, we have picked up... Oh, I get a new officer. Vulcan Engineering, Bolian Science, or Rigelian Tactical. Let's see what we've got right now. Got 2 tactical, so tempting as that is, I think we may need to look at this Vulcan Engineer. What is he going to bring to the mix? Not thrilling, but let's go with that one. We'll collect that reward. And we don't have room, so we're not going to put him in the crew yet. So I think we did a pretty good job with that one. Let's see if we can upgrade the ship before we go on. You know what? Let's do that next time. We'll start that out with our next one. And I do believe we should have something to claim here. So we get a marks package from that. And obviously we don't have a lot of marks, so I tend to just go down the line however you like to do it, or if you have something in mind, go for it your way. Alright, so I think that's going to wrap this up for the day. Before I leave you, let me talk a little bit about twoabsentfriends.com. That's TOABSENT, friends, FRIENDS.com. This is our Star Trek Online charity drive that we will be doing this year to honor one of our former fleet mates, Duffy. Duffy passed away in early April, just before the convention in Chicago. And knowing he had some financial issues, we were going to do a fundraiser to help out his family, to pay for his medical bills. That I believe he died of a heart attack, but had had some health issues just before that, and we know that he had lost his job. We were hoping to help him out. As it turns out, his family informed me that they didn't need any help. The offer's still out there, by the way. If you do decide you need it, let us know. But the idea of honoring his memory by doing a fundraiser is something that we thought was a good idea, and we'd like to do it going forward. For the moment, we don't know who's going to receive the money, and that's where we need you. And this is the easy one for you. We are looking for groups who would like to receive funds. If you have the name of a group that would be a good charitable group, go to twoabsentfriends.com, put in an entry, tell us what the name of the group is, why you think they'd be a good group, and your name in-game. If you do that, we will send you Star Trek convention codes. This is for a holographic Lita, Bashir, and Kira, along with an elite starter pack. So if you're new to the game, great starter pack. You can only use one of these per account, so don't give me multiple names. You can give me multiple names, but you're only going to need one of these because it only works once. Once you send that to me, it goes to my email. I will have that, and I will get you your codes ASAP. There will be instructions on how to use the codes if you're not familiar with it. If you've already got the codes, and you still want to give us a name, great. If you've got the codes and you want to give us a name and get something in return, let me know. I will send you something special. Again, twoabsentfriends.com. Once we've got 80 possible candidates, we'll narrow it down, and hopefully on July 1st, we're going to start posting the list of the prizes that we will be raffling off. everything goes to the charitable group because you're going to send it directly to them. Once that happens, I'm going to send you the gifts. We've got some Eagle Moss ships. We've got some Strikewing TAC games. We have some calendars. We have penny pins. We've got badges from the various conventions, like that. And we have some other prizes. So, if you're interested in participating, even if you can't donate, give us the name and you'll get something for it. And if you're able to participate in the auction, great. Again, 2absentfriends.com. Thank you, and we'll talk to you next time.